Hey, morning everybody. Welcome back to Mike's Kitchen. What have we got here? Today I have what I'm calling a breakfast pie. So inside of here we've got a nice mixture. We've got sausage, a boiled egg, some baked beans, and I've done a couple of different types. One's got cheese, one doesn't. So I've got quite a few of them here. So I made 4 this morning. 2 cheese and 2 without, so we'll see which one we've got. I should have maybe marked them, but I'm just going to cut this one in half and we'll see what we look like in the middle. Let's have a look. Well, doesn't that look awesome? Let's have a little look in there. So, I cut the egg right down the middle there. So we've got boiled egg, we've got beans, we've got sausage. It's actually hot dog, but isn't that something fantastic? Ooh. Now for the good bit, let's have a taste. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Mike's Kitchen. Right, what am I doing today? I don't know myself half the time, but so today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a hot dog, baked beans, egg, and mixed up egg, and they're going to be going into a pie. So it's going to be a breakfast. You don't have to use hot dog, it's what I had. You can use regular sausage, just cook them first, put some bacon in there, black pudding, anything like that, but I'm keeping it simple. So you need to make your pastry, or you can get some store-bought. So to get started on this now, just keeping it simple. So I've got 4 large hot dogs here and 1 can of baked beans. I'm using Heinz baked beans here. I like the taste, they're the British ones. I'm throwing all of my hot dog in there. We'll grab ourselves a spoon and we're just going to combine this. So there's many things you can add to this, but you get the idea there. So we'll put that to one side now. And see, I've got boiled eggs too. Now, I made my pastry yesterday and it's beautiful soft pastry now. I stuck it in the fridge overnight because I knew I didn't need it till later. But please, you can leave it on the counter for a little bit, but not long. Oh, hang on. Foreign object on the board. Just a little bit of rice. I've been doing lots of cooking the last couple of days, so my cutting board needed a real good clean down. So we'll go there, put out a little bit pastry on the top, get our rolling pin, and if it's a little bit firm. Now this is a short crust pastry that I'm using here. And what I want to try and get is big enough for 8-inch. So when you get your pastry, just roll your 4 corners basically and keep going. Now one thing I am going to do, this is looking beautiful pastry, it's nice and smooth. One thing I'm going to do, because I want my pastry all the same thickness and I always mess it up, I'd love to have one of them pastry rolling machines, but I don't have a spare 700 or 800 bucks. Now what I do have here is my extra long rolling pin. Just rub a bit on there and we'll just go down. And I'm using 2 thin 1/8 of an inch wooden dowels, so you can lay them down. Again, go from the middle and just roll out your pastry. And I use this for cookies when I'm making Christmas cookie. So there we go. We know our pastry is all the right size and thickness there. That's beautiful now. Just give it another quick run over. It's good just to keep moving it around, let it rest. Now the difference with if you watch people doing Chinese bakery, they roll from when they're making dumplings and things, they roll from the edge and roll into the middle. But when you do pastry like this, roll from the centre out over. That's one thing I've learned. And as I keep telling you, I am not a chef. So, if you're unsure, go and watch a chef. Now I'm just going to grab my pastry cutter if I can find it. There it is. My pizza cutter on, and I'm just going to quickly kind of run around the bowl. So we can, if you can find yourself a nice 8-inch circle cutter, that'll be great. Put that to one side. That's a nice thick pastry. I'm just going to cut a couple of slots. I might have gone a little bit too far there, but this just helps us fold it in to our container. I don't know any other easier way of doing this, but I just kind of fold them around each other. Make sure we've got plenty coming up the sides, and then we press all of these together. I mean, you can, if you want, get yourself some scissors, so we don't have too much dough in here. Turn around so you can see. So we don't have too much dough, we can come back here a little bit, cut these bits off, and try and wrap them all in the same direction. It helps. So we're cutting away the bits that we do not want. That one's not too bad. If anybody knows a better way of doing this, please let me know. So now I'm just kind of pressing into the bottom, and we're just sealing up all of these little joints. I mean, this pastry is so buttery and kind of, it's going to be super tasty. I know it is. But then we just, like I say, we'll just wrap this up. Now you can, if you feel like it, cook these a little bit first, but I'm not going to bother. So make sure your pastry comes up higher. Right, we're going to grab a quick fork, and we're just going to stab that bottom a couple of times. Now, I do line the bottom with a little bit of baking paper. These come with these moulds, so you can buy extra when you need it. Now, to start making this, I'm just going to put a small amount in the bottom first. Try not to spill it everywhere. Just a couple of spoons in the bottom. So we end up with just a small layer. Then we're going to get one of our eggs and push that into it so it settles. Then we'll go over this again with the rest, with some more of our mixture. I'm being a little bit rough and ready here, so please take your time, be a bit more careful. And then we'll get some of our, this is, I've got 2 eggs and 3/4 of a cup of egg white. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of egg over this, just let it settle. And whilst that's settling, let it move around a little bit. I'm just going to grab some cheese. There is one thing I'm going to add. I'm not going to do any salt because of the hot dog has plenty of salt, but I will put some pepper in there. And I've got some mozzarella cheese, pre-grated. But make sure that is pushed in. Now for our next little part. So our pieces that we had left over, they're nice and soft, so we can reform. Get some more pastry, some more flour on there. But we want to try and reform this a little bit first. It's a nice soft pastry, so it's pretty simple. Just pull it into a ball. And then we just press out. So it's coming apart, but it will form itself when we start rolling. Hopefully, anyway. Unless I get the awkward one. But we don't need it too big for this one, so it's not too bad. Put our sticks down again. Now I'm just going to use a pastry cutter this time. We'll go in, wiggle it around a bit. Now this depends on the size of your pie, but now I'm just going to lay that one in. I just need to roll it out a little touch more. You just like say, you need to let it relax a little bit. And I'm only learning myself, so please follow along and we'll learn together. So we'll drop that in, roughly the same size, but we just want to kind of press that down inside. These edges we're going to fold in. You can trim them down a bit, but I'm not overly bothered. We're just going to fold, and I think I put a little bit too much egg in here, but so bear that in mind. And I'm just going to kind of crimp this together. Like I say, some of that egg is coming out, but I'll use that as egg wash. So try not to overfill. I've got a little bit too generous with this one. And we'll just get ourselves a little bit of a brush. And I'm just going to use the same egg. We'll just give this a generous coating. I mean, we're not looking for something that's been made in a factory here. We're looking for something that has got some love and it came from the home. Grab yourself a small knife. Put yourself a couple of cuts in the top and that one is ready for the oven. So I'm going to make the rest and we'll come back and get them in the oven. There we have them, guys. Some beautiful homemade breakfast pie. One is enough for one person, believe me, but I daren't really do anything with them just yet. They're just fresh out, and to be honest, the inside of them is going to be like a volcano right now with them baked beans in there. I can try popping a shell off so we can have a look, make sure they're cooked. Oh, that's hot. You'll see me jumping around because I keep touching things that are hot, okay? Let's see if we can get this open. Wow. It's so hot. I'm breaking all the rules now, guys, okay? There we go. That's that one done. So that came off there nicely. And we'll have a look, make sure our pastry's cooked. Oh, that looks fantastic. And you can see that, I've got a slice. We'll lift that up. You can see there when I've folded, so all of the pastry lines, but everything's nice and cooked in there. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. What a beauty of a breakfast. Look at that. So there's everything you need in there for breakfast. You could add more. Like I say, you could have that on the side now, and then give extra baked beans, put some black pudding, some bacon on the side. Even a little fruit bowl if you feel like being healthy. But no, that is a wonderful, wonderful. Oh, the smell coming off these is absolutely awesome. Aroma City, here we come. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Actually, yeah, no, thanks for watching. That's enough. I'm going to wait this cools down and I'm going to dive in and have one of these for my lunch. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, give me that a big thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. And if you've never seen me before, please, guys, do me a favour, subscribe, leave me a message, let me know where you're from and what sort of food you like, and I'll see what I can come up with. But this is one of my little creations. It's a breakfast pie with baked beans, hot dogs, and boiled egg, and a little bit of runny egg in there. Like say, you could add other things, any other breakfast things. You could put some hash browns in there if you wanted. Anything you want. But just let me know what you think, guys. Love you all. Mike out for now.